It's good to see you all. And good to see you all. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
This is our last service at Camp Laurelwood. And for those of us who are at Laurelwood, we're going to take some good tips from the people who are on Zoom and realize that we can do this from our homes. So next week, we're going to be joining you at our own homes, but this week we're here at Laurelwood, and we're delighted to be here and celebrating Shabbat together. So Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and let's sing.
All right.
Does that sound good? I'm so glad the cantor says yes. We shall sing. So we have a few things to sing. A reminder for people, you have your service booklets. Gaston's going to give them to you right now. And do you have your service booklets? If you do, great. Or you can download them from the computer, or you can just enjoy the service even without the paper. So we'll guide you. You know the words. So how do you want to start?
Let's start with Hine Matov.
Okay, Hine Matov. I
here.
think you can handle that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hine Matov u'manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine Matov u'manaim, shevet achim gam yachad.
We're going to keep going from there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shalom Aleichem?
Let's do it.
Sounds great.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashavim, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Oh, yeah, that's a short version.
It is.
We have to get all those angels present.
I know.
Did we welcome them sufficiently? I think we did. So first we welcome the angels of Shabbat. Now we're going to welcome the light of Shabbat. And let's see. We don't have a Zoom for this. Maybe I can do this. I'm going to move myself here over to the candles. See those candles? Yeah, that works.
It works.
All right, so we're on page 2. We're going to read responsively. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us.
As their
Together.
brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav,
take a moment to greet each other with a Shabbat Shalom and a chat Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
There we are. And our service continues with L'chadodi at the bottom of page 3. Page 4, we continue with Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadol v'yitkadosh shemei Rabba Be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon v'yomecha U'chayedechol Beit Yisrael Bagala U'bizman kariv V'yimeru Amen. Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Olam Me'alma ha'ar, v'et ramam, v'et naseh, v'et hadar, v'et aleh, v'et halal, shebnei kudsha, b'richu, le'elam, min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram be'ama, ve'imiru, amen.
We rise for Baruch Hu, page 5.
Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Please be seated. We continue the middle of page 5 with Ma'ariv Aravim together in English. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, creator of the tide of time. You guide the current of day into night, creating this moment of change in which stars flow through the heavens. We ride your wave of transformation, away from work and struggle, toward you and your holiness. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. And Ahavat Olam together again in English. Love through instruction, lessons through care, help through confusion. Adonai, when you gave us Torah, you revealed your love and compassion to us. Your Torah teachings guide us toward holiness and justice. What greater gift might we receive than the Torah, the heart of our lives? It is in our love of you that we strive to be the holy people we might be. Praise to you, Adonai, who expresses love of Israel through words of Torah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meotecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levatnecha v'dibarta ba'am ve'shivtecha bebetecha u'mlachtecha b'derech u'shofecha u'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot be'neinecha u'chtavtam על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen.
Page 8, we continue responsively. Love God with all the power of your heart, with its yearnings and passions. Love God with all you hold dear in life, and with the fullness of whatever the world offers you, both joy and sorrow.
Teach children to cope, to dream and to stretch, to become their purpose, to live holy lives.
Wrap these words around every deed, a garment of holy expression. Let these words shape your home, a dwelling place of peace.
Wherever you go, scatter the words as seeds, or as drops of water into thirsty earth. Nurture trees of life in your garden.
Seal these words upon your heart. Let them course through and cleave soul to body, that the sacred permeates all your being. Judaism is a doing which can be grasped only by the heart. We stand at the Red Sea and sing Mi Chamocha.
מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש.
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day God stopped working and was refreshed.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו tashvi, Shabbat b'nafash, Shabbat b'nafash, Shabbat b'nafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
More than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, it is Shabbat that has kept the Jewish people. We turn now to page 11 for our Amidah. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdecho Be'imahot, U'mevi Geula Lifnei B'nei Ham, Le'man Shemo Be'ahavan, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol, Ata Rav LeHoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato Lishnei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Omida Melach, Melech Meimid U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah L'Hachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see wherever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Ki Adon Melech Adon Lecha Shalom. le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam.
Yafeh ma'od. Thank you. Stay right there, Cantor, because I have a story to tell
Okay.
about you.
Oh no.
Well, you know the story, so I have to tell you all that Cantor Boyle does Shabbat with our preschool students every Friday morning. And this Friday morning, she thought she wants to be, with the program. And she knows the calendar, and today's, in the secular world, today's October 30th, Friday, before whatever. So Cantor Boyle decided she's going to march into the preschool and be dressed as Wonder Woman, which she did. She was a great Wonder Woman. What happened to the costume?
I switched. I was a cat tonight. I like to mix it up.
Oh, you're a cat tonight. Oh, that's good too. Let's see. Sweet, very nice. Okay, so the Cantor was Wonder Woman, and before she could leave the preschool, I got a frantic text, and she said, "I think I broke your rule," because Jen Casillo, our preschool director, said, "You can't wear a costume on Halloween, not in a Jewish synagogue." And apparently, to be fair to Jen Casillo, apparently that has been a tradition. Yeah, Peter, you grew up here, you're nodding your head. You weren't allowed to wear a costume when you went to the TBT preschool, were you? I see what it did to you, too. Yeah. Okay, so it was actually kind of interesting that the Cantor texted me right when I was working on my Devar Torah, which was to be focused on why it's okay for Jews to celebrate Halloween. So the Cantor was relieved. I did talk to Jen Casillo, and she assured me that next year her students will have an opportunity to dress up at the TBT preschool for Halloween. And also I assured her that she should tell them that they're lucky because they get 2 opportunities every year. They get both Halloween and they get Purim, so they'll have another chance. But I was going to focus, and will focus, on bringing to your attention that there's one prayer in our service, in our traditional Jewish liturgy, that actually could be called the Halloween prayer. And I bet you don't know which one it is. But I will tell you which one it is. But not yet. Because Halloween is not a Jewish holiday, but Jews do celebrate Halloween. And I certainly want you to be clear, if you're not already, that you'll get no objection from me if you do celebrate Halloween. And if your children or your children's children want to carve pumpkins and dress in costume and have some good old Halloween fun, by all means, they should, as long as they do it safely, especially this year. So what's the prayer that could be called the Halloween prayer? We have a rabbi in the congregation today, and I can see in her eyes she's perplexed, like there's no Halloween prayer in the liturgy. But the prayer that I would call the Halloween prayer is Ma'ariv Aravim. That's the prayer that honors God for miraculously turning day into night and night into day. And the verb is actually rolling, so because the change happens so subtly, so God rolls day into night and night into day. So why am I saying that this is the Halloween prayer? It's because the rolling of day into night and night into day is the basis of the Halloween holiday. So let me explain. Halloween began as a pagan holiday. The Celtic pagan year was divided into two halves. The first half, roughly from spring to fall, was for the world of light, and the second half was for the world of darkness. And holidays mark the transition from each half, from one half to the other. And by the way, we Jews also divide the world the year in half, and we're reminded of it every time we chant the Givorot and say Morid Hatal, who makes the dew fall, or the other half of the year, we say Mashiv Haruach Umorid Hagasham, who causes the wind to blow and the rains to fall. So the Jewish division of the year switches at Sukkot and at Passover, which are our fall and spring holidays. But in the pagan world, the switch from light to dark fell on November 1st. And it was called a holiday, and it was given a name. Sawan was the name of the holiday. And because Sawan began a season of darkness, it was regarded with suspicion and even with reverence. It was seen as a bridge between two opposite worlds, the human world of light and good on the one hand, and the nether world of darkness and evil on the other. So you see where this is going. It's starting to sound a bit creepy and scary, just like Halloween. The Sawan holiday introduced the notion that on that very day, those who inhabit the world of darkness might just try to cross over into the world of light. And how do you chase away those creatures of darkness? Some people began to dress up as ghouls to chase away the dark, evil powers. Now, the Catholic Church adopted a version of this practice, specifically for its own purposes, merging it into an existing day for All Saints. All Saints' Day, as it was called, was a time for recognizing the power that the saints had over the living. Some people carried candles in turnips to represent the souls that were stuck between darkness and light. And in America, this developed into the custom of carving pumpkins and creating jack-o'-lanterns. So how did Sawan become Halloween? The Catholic Church often refers to All Saints' Day as All Saints' Mass, which in Middle English was called Al-Hallowmess. Al-Hallowmess, and in modern English it became Hallowmess. And the evening before Hallowmass, that is October 31st, became known as All Hallow Evening, or more colloquially, All Halloween. And voila, we get Halloween. So for the Catholic community, the day after Halloween continues to be a religious holiday. But the Puritans, who largely founded America, despised both the pagan holidays and the Catholic holidays, and so they despised Halloween. And in this country, Halloween wasn't even on most American calendars until the mid-19th century. When it finally did take root, it was a mixture of pranks, dressing up, jack-o'-lanterns, and candy, none of which is un-Jewish in any way, though your dentist might not be so happy. But whatever their non-Jewish roots, American holidays, such as Halloween and Thanksgiving, which is coming up shortly, are now symbols of pluralism. And these holidays are great opportunities for us in America, regardless of background, regardless of religious faith, regardless of skin color, to come together and to share an experience. And these holidays can even be an enormous amount of fun, so you get that too. Now, to add to that theme of moving into darkness, we now add our switch from daylight savings time to Eastern Standard Time. No accident that these are happening at the same time. This year, the switch comes precisely on Halloween. So while you're all gallivanting around in your costumes tomorrow, don't forget to change your clocks, too. Because if there's one thing our children would not be happy about, it's coming to religious school an hour early. So change those clocks. Oh, and as all Americans are apt to say, Happy Halloween. We're going to roll that light into darkness.
A spooky song by Noam Katz called Roll Into Dark. The words are roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Boreyom balayla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night.
We're going to continue in our service with the Misha Beirach. You can find the words on page 14. But first we pause to consider those who are ill and in need of healing, and we include them in our Misha Beirach this evening. We include Barbara Stahl, Sam Powell, Gloria Sack, Luca William Battisto, Cynthia Greenblatt, Maureen Freed, Bonnie Stoddard, Karen Flatley, Dr. Saul Basso, Richard Chorney, Joan Sidney, Patty Hayes, Iris Lostetter, David Char, Susan Yeris, Tina Chamak, Evan Galvin, Deborah Poulin, Gail and Samuel Feidelberg, Dolores Weinzimmer, Eileen Swanberg, Christine Kern, Connie Tolotta, Stephen Whitcomb, Samuel England, Peter Silverman, Ann Lowry, Mark and Martha Potter, Ben Peck, Carla Feinkind, Ken Silberstein, Shen Frank, Blanche Frank, Matthew Pincus, Lenny Stokel, Amy Ostreicher, Jerry Hill, and Ira Weiss. If there are others to include in our Misha Beirach, please add them into the chat. And if there are people here who'd like to include somebody, raise your hand and I can acknowledge you to add those names. Yeah. And we pray for all those in need of refuah shlema as we sing our Misha Berach together.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us sing Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Lehavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us sing Amen.
As we sing our Misha Berach, I know in my own heart I'm also including our country as we turn towards election day and not knowing the outcome and the contentious spirit in our country. We pray a Misha Berach for our country. May somehow this election help move us towards a healing that we so desperately need. Can you hear that song? Our service continues with Aleinu on the middle of page 14. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula liyotzeh b'reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Please be seated. I paused too long before saying, unless your name is Peter Chorney. So would you please come up to share some announcements with us? And you can do it right from, oh no, you better do it right from here. They won't see you there.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Peter Chorney. I'm the co-chair of the Education Committee at TBT. How wonderful to see you all. Tomorrow morning, please join us at 9 a.m. for Torah study led by Rabbi Offner. The link is in your inbox. Our November Shabbat services will all be on Zoom, some live and some pre-recorded. We will always let you know which in the shofar blast. Next Friday, November 6th, will be live on Zoom at 6 p.m. for our combination First Friday and Religious School Tefillah service. We'll be celebrating the consecration of our new kindergarten students, and it is sure to be a very sweet service. November 13th and 14th is our Scholar in Residence weekend. Filmmaker Michelle Paymar will be with us at our Zoom service on Friday at 7:15 p.m. and on Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. The filmmaker will speak on Friday about her experiences creating the film From Cairo to the Cloud. And on Saturday evening, we will watch the film about the Geniza in Cairo and the story it tells of Arab-Jewish relations. Watch your inbox to sign up for this special weekend, and for all TBT members to receive Middle Eastern boxed light bite dinners as part of the celebration. Please place your service booklets in the box on that table as you leave this evening. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Thank you, Peter. Oh, and your mom says you did a great job. Oh, and your parents say hi too, Karen. Okay. We're going to turn to page 15 as we pause for this reflection before our Kaddish. It is hard to sing of oneness when our world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives most fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world, and each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one, whose life now ended brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose. At this time, I'd like to ask those in the first 30 days of mourning to please rise. And those in the first year of mourning, please rise. And those observing a yortzeit, please rise. And those in the chat can include names, those on Zoom can include names in the chat, as we remember Muriel Tootie Feldman, sister of Ronnie Berman, who passed away in these last 30 days. We remember as well those for whom we observe yortzeit: Joaquin Schanzer, Samuel Kaplan, Thelma Kaplan, Alexander Gordon, Shim Paley, Helen P. Mandel, Enid Kaplan, Cecil Agranoff, David Spear, Israel Sherry, Simon Feingold, Howard Bland, Gertrude Cooperberg, Harry Elovich, Morris Goldberg, Lillian Gordon, Ruben Ruby Katenik, and Esther Steiglitz. I also want to acknowledge that this is the week of the slaying at Tree of Life Synagogue and the 11 people who were killed there in Pittsburgh while praying at a Shabbat morning service and celebrating a bris. We honor their memory as well today. We say Zichronam Livracha to each and every one of those, and ask you to all rise for Kaddish. Page 16. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olomei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiram bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May God grant peace to those who mourn, and may we all be a source of comfort to those who are bereaved. As together we say, Amen. Please be seated. And tell us, Cantor, what are we doing?
We'll turn to page 18 for Adon Olam. Last week we did verses 1, 2, 3, and 5, and that worked pretty well, so let's do that again. Adon Olam, Asher Malah, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chepso Kol, Azai Malak Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hovet, Ve'hu Yeh B'Tikvah Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malah, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chepso Kol, Azai Malak Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Beyado Afkid Ruchi, Beitishan Ve'ahira Adon Olam, Ve'im Ruchi Geviyati, Adonai Li Ve'lo Ira Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malah, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chepso Kol, Azai Malak Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
So now we get to say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And I got a snarky comment in the chat. So, okay, I stand corrected. Chag Halloween Sameach. Enjoy. Shabbat Shalom.